I'm reviewing a book chapter by chapter, and the book is The Entropy Effect by Vonda McIntyre. And today I'll be talking about chapter 1. Chapter 1 is on a station called Aleph Prime, where the Enterprise has been summoned on an urgent basis, which took them away from a very important scientific study. And so they get there, and first of all, Aleph being the name of a station is really interesting because that's Hebrew. I don't think I have heard, and maybe there's precedent for it, but I haven't heard a Hebrew letter being used to designate a station, which is pretty neat. Anyhow, Kirk does a scan, and Sulu's like, there's people sailing. They're pretty relaxed in this star system. And Kirk's like, so what was the big urgency? And they meet the person who they think pulled the lever, and they're like, that emergency call is only for like existential threats, like a sun-going supernova. Like whoever pulled that is in a lot of trouble. And they find out that the reason that they were called was because they need to transport a prisoner, which is way below the bar for this particular alert. And when they find out that is a professor of Spock's like very emotional and says this person can't be a murderer, which is really like an unusual thing for him to say. But what I think is actually the highlight, the alpha, A plot's fine, but I actually am a little bit more interested in the B plot because so much of TOS centers around what's knocking around in Captain Kirk's head, but in this, there's a considerable amount of attention paid to what's going on in Sulu's head, in relation to this teacher. Like he teaches her fencing and she teaches him judo, and there's like an interesting relationship there. And I'm not like so enthused about romantic relationships in Star Trek books, but this is actually like really well written, and their interactions around this topic are really interesting. Both of them have ambitions, and both of them want a relationship, and they're both like trying to figure out like how to navigate that, which I think is really cool. Good chapter.